Hi, my name is Aaron Anastasio with Superior Singing Method, and this is the best warm-up exercise. Okay, best warm-up exercise. Now this is like the first exercise you want to do in the morning. I'll give you other exercises that are like maybe the second or third, or so close to one of the first. I talk about closed mouth exercise, different thing like that. This is the ultimate closed mouth exercise. This is like the first thing you do when you get out of bed. Whatever, I don't know when you do your vocal exercise, but the first thing you do when you're doing any type of exercises, even if this is the only one you do, I don't care if you don't even do like a 10 or 20 or 30-minute routine, whatever it is for you, that's fine as long as you do something consistently. That's really, and this would be a good one to start. Certainly it's a great warm-up exercise, but even if you just did it like while you're driving your car for 5 minutes, it would actually help tremendously because a little bit goes a long way. I mean, think about it, and I'm going a little off track here, but I think about just the idea of working out. I love working out and being physically fit. That's always been a big value of mine. And I'm thinking like, if I just work out, think about just how many hours are in a week or how many hours are in a month. If I work out like 20 minutes to 40 minutes a day, let's say even like 3 or 4 days a week, think of what that's like 3 or 4 hours in the week out of these hundreds of hours. It's just like such a small amount of time to get really pretty radical results. Like it's just the greatest payoff. Anyway, I digress, but not really because that's important information for you. Okay, here we go. So this exercise is, it's hums, and I'll demo it for you in a second, but like I said, there's a first exercise, the closed mouth exercise. This is probably the safest exercise to do for your vocal cords. If you know anything about me, I talk a lot about safe exercises because I don't want you blowing your voice out, and I want you to progress steadily over time and not to like injure your voice and be set back and all that stuff. So this is great for the morning. Anytime your voice feels groggy, it doesn't put any really strain or weight on the cords. It puts it like more of the buzzy right here in the mask face area, which is what gets a lot of tension when you sleep or just in general, your jaw and up here in this area. You want to wake that up and you want to get that nice buzzy going to get rid of that tension, because tension is one of the greatest killers of your singing voice. We don't want that, and your neck as well. So we don't want to wear out your cords. We want to get rid of that tension, and this is the exercise. So here we go. And again, you probably heard me say this before, but you don't want to run a marathon without stretching or warming up, right? So actual singing songs and doing like more advanced exercises, that would be the marathon, or that would be the sprint. And you always want to do like the beginning. You always want to do the warm up and all that. And this is like a perfect one of those warm up exercises. Great. So this is, here we go. It's going to be yeah, see, I gotta remember it. I get like so caught up in my own stories that I'm like, what's the exercise? Okay, so here we go. It's gonna be and as always, you don't have to start exactly where I'm starting. I would say start somewhere kind of in the middle of your range. So that's about the middle of mine. So it's then I might go down. I don't know if I went down or I did the exact same note. I can't tell. I forgot. And then you can go up. You don't want to go up too high at this point because your voice is, especially if you're waking up. But you can go, that's way too high for me. It's a bad example. But you get the basic idea, right? We're just kind of warming up the voice. Here's the most important thing. However and whenever you do it, the most important thing is you don't want the buzzing necessarily to be in the throat and in the cords. It can be, it's fine, that's not gonna hurt, but you wanna feel it in here. You want a little bit of buzzing all in this area. And part of the way that you get that is I find that if you put your tongue in the roof of your mouth, kind of the tip of your tongue in the roof of your mouth, I can feel a little of my teeth and this whole front area. That's what's going to be the most effective and the best for this exercise, because it puts the weight here instead of here, which is the point, right? Before I go, this is actually more important and more exciting to me than even that warm-up exercises, which that one's great. But listen, I've created a quiz that this is going to help you. I think it's going to be probably one of the most helpful things that you do for your voice. I've discovered that we have a #1 singing killer. I have one, you have one, somebody else has a different one, somebody else has a different one. There are like a handful of these singing killers, and if you can find out which of these singing killers, of the handful of singing killers are, if you can find out which one is is yours and the one that you're struggling with, whichever one that is, and you correct that, it could make a massive difference in your singing ability, because sometimes our number one singing killer could really block the effectiveness of other things we're trying, or block that we're trying to grow our voice, but there's this singing killer that's like squashing it and become like a bottleneck. So we don't want that. We want to find out what that is and we want to correct it. So if you click the link below, I've created a quiz, and the quiz takes about 30 seconds to go through. I answer a bunch of questions. It's got an algorithm that will, get you to where you need to go so it could find out exactly what your number one singing killer is. And once we find out what your number one singing killer is, you're like, okay, great. Now I know what it is. What do I do about it? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to send you a free video. It's a tailor-made video for you and your number one singing killers. Once you find out what yours is, I'm going to send you that video that's going to help you correct your number one singing killer so that you get rid of that bottleneck and so you can become a better singer. So if you click the link below, take the quiz, find out what your number one singing killer is. I will send you another video for free. All this is for free, and it will help you correct that number one singing killer so you can begin to skyrocket your singing voice. So what are you waiting for? Click the link below, take the quiz, and I will see you on the other side.